The picture's disgusting, right?
Well, it's not just that. I was talking to someone on Twitter, right? And they were in a conversation. I jumped in, but essentially, they said something about how the photo is not favorable at all to Jamie, but it makes Monica look okay. And I'm sitting there going like, what?
It makes both of them look disgusting.
Jamie certainly got the worst. She looks like a fucking, like a little munchkin. Little chubby face munchkin. Mm-hmm. And she just looks evil.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's get into it.
All right. Yes, everybody, it's official. Anime has gotten its Me Too movement. # Me Too women.
It's about time.
So this is the article. I'm sure a lot of people have already heard about this. Dallas News wrote this article by Sharon Grigsby. How the article starts off, and it sounds kind of neutral. It sounds like they're just giving you the facts.
They quickly.
Yeah, after you get through the first few paragraphs, it just totally goes in one direction.
It even shits on the fans.
Well, one of the things that really annoys me about the article is it says it's up to date, right? Mm-hmm. With the latest from, I forget the name of the twins. It's not too important to the story. The fact of the matter is that they have those latest affidavits. They have all the records, seemingly, but they don't actually look into anything. Mm-mm. They're just repeating the same stories that have already made their way around from months ago.
It never even mentions how those stories have been debunked.
Yeah.
Just that fans, if I remember correctly, think that it's shit.
Well, the main issue that I have, too, is when they bring up the twins, right, and they read out the story about the twins. Mm-hmm. Essentially, it's just, well, Vic Mignogna was creepy and he was flirting with us. And I go, okay. I mean, but my main issue is, at no point in the story do they ever mention that the twins, on record, have stated that they lived with the defendants, who he's suing for defamation. So I'm sitting there going like, okay. You'd think that that'd be important information that a lot of the people that have come forward with claims like that.
Hey, when you're the news, you decide what's important. We'll just read a tiny bit of it. We don't want to bore you too much, but let's read just a little bit of the highlights.
Yeah, and like I said, when you first start through the article, it really, there's nothing too negative as you read through it, right? In the world of English dubbed anime, Grapevine resident Vic Mignogna is a voice to be reckoned with. Mignogna, once again, voiced fan favorite Broly in the latest installment of the Dragon Ball Z series, and the movie, released in January, skyrocketed to blah, 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 blah.
I'm gonna be honest, Andrew?
Yeah.
You're not reading that very well. You need a little more energy. But you just scrolled right through it. But the wildly successful opening also unleashed a torrent of chatter about the 56-year-old actor's long-run alleged inappropriate behavior, such as aggressive kisses, hugs, and unwanted sexual advances with women.
Yeah, here's what I really dislike, right? When they say unwanted sexual advances with women, what does that actually mean? Right? I think that's a very cut and dry statement. No. But I'm being serious. When you say unwanted, right? Do you mean Vic was like went to one of these women and said, "Hey, do you want to come to my room?" And they said no, because I mean, technically that's unwanted.
You know what? I guess it's not so cut and dry. It's not closed.
But you get what I'm saying, right?
I 100%
You could totally phrase these things. You could say, well, Vic Mignogna asked me if I wanted to have drinks with him, and I felt that was inappropriate because I worked at the convention at the time. That wasn't professional. Well, that's fine, but that's not illegal. That's not harassment. You say no, he respected it. That's it. That's the end of the day, right? Mm-hmm. But they act like... They'll take stories of him, I guess, legitimately going up to somebody, you know, and like asking them out. And if they said no, then they turn around and say, well, he was harassing them. I don't get that at all, because like, how do you date people then?
Yeah.
I mean, like, what world do you live in? If I asked I'm with somebody now.
It's 2019. I think how you date people is you have your mouth you taped up, your hands are tied behind your back, and you just hope somebody approaches you.
I have a better way. It's the wingman strategy. Basically, you have your wingman out in the car, right?
So they make the unwanted sexual advances for you.
No. Listen, this is simple, right? You have your wingman out in the car, right? He's got the engine running to the vehicle. All the doors are unlocked. You go inside. You say, hey, do you want to come to my place? If she says, yeah, you're good. She says no, you run the fuck out of there. You jump in the car and you have him taken to fucking Mexico. Because you are about to be convicted of sexual assault, apparently. Okay.
Remember, more bravado.
More bravado. Okay. I love this because this is when I read this part of the article. This is when I was like, "Oh, I know who they're talking to." Mignogna, meanwhile, bolstered by a GoFundMe war chest, brimming with more than see what I mean?
Brimming with more than $236,000 from his supporters, is suing Funimation Productions, 2 female voice actors from the Dallas area, and the fiance of one of the women.
Hey, Dallas News, no. Ron Toye, he is the sheepdog.
Yeah,
he is no one's fiance. Refer to him by his
fucking title.
Yeah, he's no one's fiance. He's the caged cuck of Monica's. Let's get the titling right. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Lady. Oh my god, I misgendered her. Oh god. Oh, dude, wipe this video. Attorney Sam Johnson, who represents Jamie Marchi, one of the women named in the lawsuit, said in an interview with the Dallas Morning News, the significance of the case is even bigger than what can be put into court filings and arguments. It's the impact this case would have on the industry and certainly on our clients, and the broader cultural changes and the impact a case like this has on that broader movement. So, this is the guy who represents Jamie Marchi.
Yeah, of course.
But essentially, he's saying, like, the case is super important because culture, whatever, like, they just make the Me Too argument. They're just making the Me Too argument. And that you have to, you can't let Mignogna get away with this because then women will be afraid to come forward. Obviously, they're not.
Yeah.
With the fake claims and shit.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if we had some real ones come
forward. It'd be nice if we had any evidence. Or, a police report?
No, but you know what I mean? It would be nice if we had, like, real victims coming forward and we could actually investigate those, seriously, right? Mm-hmm. Instead, you have this kind of crap, right? And,
which discourages real victims when they see shit like this.
Kick Vic course begins. And then this is where it's basically just going to talk about how they've been tweeting about this crap. They mentioned Hanlea posted January 16th, the same day as Dragon Ball Super Broly. Totally a coincidence, by the way. Opened in the U.S., the tweet said Mignogna was a homophobic, rude a-hole who has been creepy to underage female fans for over 10 years. Here's my issue, right? We know he isn't homophobic. We know that. I mean, you can keep screaming up and down, well, he's Christian, so that means he's a homophobe. No, we know it. He's been on camera. Like, he's actually fought back against protesters, against homosexuals, like, out in the street. He doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, why does he do that other than...
Never mind the fact that he narrated a gay novel.
Yeah, never mind that also.
Never mind any of this.
Because he really can't stand...
Believe woman.
But this is the thing, right? And I've said this pretty much on the start. They started off with the claims of him being a homophobe. When that didn't work, they went to him being a pedo. When that didn't work, they just went to him assaulting women. Mm-hmm. And now they go back and they go and say, well, he's all of these things. He likes raping middle-aged women and assaulting underage kids, and he's a homophobe. Yeah.
No, it all makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I mean, clearly.
Vic Mignogna just doesn't discriminate, apparently.
God damn. Oh, there's something to like him for. Jesus Christ. Next day on Twitter, he called the growing accusations heartbreaking and posted this denial. I'm not homophobic, not anti-Semitic, not a predator of any sort. But that's your problem, right? Here's my issue with this article, right? All of these claims were thrown out at the same time. It's not like they're going into this... I know you're having fun now.
But decided to throw it.
They go into this, right? And they're basically saying, well, look, he's denying all these things. And I'm like, well, yeah, because they're saying it about him. Mm-hmm. We know the homophobia. That's just not true because you look up a video on YouTube and just find out. where does the anti-Semitic thing even come in? Like, I don't even, that just sounds like something you just randomly threw out there because, you know, you're doing the spaghetti method. You're just throwing as much shit at the wall and hoping something will stick. Why not just go into any of the claims that they've made against Vic, like the claims that actually have a time, a date, a place that you can go in and look into? No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to report the same information that we've been told by this one group, and don't think critically about it at all because, like, it's Me Too, and that's going to generate some clicks, and it's some white dude who's assaulting women, and he's a pedophile. That's just going to get so many clicks for our site. This person doesn't give a shit. I mean, just read the article. If you really want to, feel free to read through the article. My issue is, like, we're not done with it. There's a lot here, but you can kind of see how quickly it flips. At first, they're going over who Vic is, kind of the situation, and then almost immediately it just goes into how he's got this GoFundMe war chest to go after these women that are accusing him.
Anyways, I think that's where we're gonna go. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Like I always say, the conversation does not end here. Tell us what you have to say in the comment section. Johnny Depp's a bad person.
The difference is Johnny Depp
I think he's a bad person because of Secret Window.
Oh, I think he's a bad person because of Secret Window and because he decided to screw with everybody and take up that part in the Harry Potter spinoff.
Oh,
yeah, that was terrible.
And those are two good reasons to not like Johnny Depp. However,
he did not assault his ex-wife, right?